Hello guys, welcome to this video on PTE prediction file from alphapt.com, and today we'll be looking at some of the repeat sentence questions that have occurred frequently in PTE tests in the past. Like I said previously in my other videos, this prediction file contains or has a good collection of frequently asked questions. So talking about the repeat sentence in particular, this has around 95 questions that have been spotted in the PD exams. So do go through all of these and practice them and get an idea about what kind of sentences, what kind of words, what kind of phrases, what kind of pronunciations you can expect in your PD tests. So before we practice some of these, let's talk a little bit about repeat sentence. So the repeat sentence question type is from the speaking and writing category, and the RS here is repeat sentence. So you can expect around 10 to 12 of these questions in your PD test. It can be a little off, it can sometimes be just 9 or sometimes even be 13 questions. So there are no fixed questions. There are no fixed number of questions in the PD test. Anyways, we'll not have much time for preparation, around 1 second, I guess. And talking about the time to answer the question, there'll be around 10 to 15 seconds at most. It can vary with the question. And similarly, I would also like to state that this question type is very important, guys, because it covers almost 30% of the speaking section's marking. And at the same time, it also contributes to the listening section with a total of 23%. So just like read aloud over here, repeat sentence is also one of the most important type of question in the PD's test. So better practice this a lot and try to have a good command over this question type to get a good score. Now, before we look into the prediction file and look at some of the commonly used words, places where you can make mistakes, let's do a demo practice of a repeat sentence question type, and I'll show you in different ways how you can, mm, put your skills to the advantage or take advantage of how much you can. So a lot of us have a difficulty of memorizing the sentence in the repeat sentence question type, but I'll tell you how you can get a good score even without memorizing the sentence. So let's try this random question.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement. Okay, so I think I spoke out the entire sentence this time. In the next um, redo session, or I'll do this question once again with some few tricks. So let's check out my score first. Okay. The stu the student. So it was a good score, very good indeed. 90 for content because I spoke all the words out. Pronunciation 89 out of 90 is a good score. Fluency is also, there is no mistakes in that. So overall, it was a very great score. But, well, um, a lot of us do have problems memorizing the sentence, memorizing the words, even recognizing what the words actually were. So I'll try another way and let's see how much I score.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students' seminar hall before the announcement.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall.
Sorry, let's do this once again.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students before the announcement. Okay, so I only repeated the first word and the last few words from the sentence because I could not remember any of the middle texts. Sorry. So let's see how much I score when I just speak out the first few words and the last few words. But do mind, I spoke only after the recording started and I spoke without any breaks. So I maintained a fluency. Um, so let's see how much the AP Uni EI. The students before the announcement. The students. So look at this. content was 50 out of 90 because I spoke only one, two, three, four, 5 words, but 50 out of 90 is quite good. And pronunciation, okay, 78 out of 90. Even though I did not speak any of these middle words, I got a 78 in pronunciation. And fluency, look at this, guys, 81 out of 90, even if you miss all these words in between. And that overall score is a 72, which is fantastic. So, a tip for all of you, those who are struggling with repeat sentence: remember the first 2 words or 3 words, remember the last 2, 3 words, and just speak them out fluently. Okay, let's do this once again. Let's do this out once again.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students before the announcement. Sorry, I pressed the redo.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students in the seminar hall. Okay, so I just spoke out fluently as I can, all the words that I remembered, and nothing else in between. Do not add in extra words. The students in the seminar. Okay, so look at this, guys. A 78 out of 90 is an awesome score, right? So I skipped all the words in middle. I skipped all the words in the end. I just spoke one, two, three, four, 5, and 6 words in total, and yet I was able to manage to score 78 out of 90. So that is the trick for repeat sentence, guys. If you are struggling with remembering the question, or if you are struggling with remembering all of these words, just remember three, four, around 5 words in total. Well, you'll have to remember at least that, and just speak it out as fluently as you can, because you can score almost the entire 90 out of 90 if you speak up to 5 to 6 words fluently. Pronunciation is also scored quite well. You might lose some marks in the content section, but the others will cover for that. So I'll try one more, the same question again, but I will repeat the entire sentence twice. Let's see what happens.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement. The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement. Okay, so I spoke the entire sentence twice. Let's see if it scores me an entire 90 out of 90 or scores me less. The students are the Okay, so look at this, guys. Even though I score a 90 out of 90 in the content because I did speak all the words out, the pronunciation was off because I repeated it twice, and the same mistakes that I made in the first sentence are definitely repeated in the second sentence. So it'll be counted as the double amount of mistakes in the pronunciation, and I was heavily charged for it. At the same time, the fluency is also down because when I repeat the two sentences, there's a small gap in between my sentences, and well, that accounts for a bad fluency. Also, once all of these sentences, all of these words, or these number of words are spoken out, I don't think the recording will record any further. So, any further recording will be counted as being slow or taking a pause. So, it will charge your fluency. So, my suggestion in the repeat sentence question type is, guys, just remember 5 to 6 words and then speak it out fluently without any pauses. Do not repeat the words, and at the same time, click on the stop button as soon as you stop speaking. Do not um, create any sort of delay to stop or pause or end the recording after you are done. So, one last time, I'll give you the perfect example of how you can score 75 plus in the repeat sentence question type.
The students are supposed to assemble in the seminar hall before the announcement.
The students in the seminar hall. Start speaking only after the recording starts. So I'm expecting at least a 75. The students. Oops. Okay, it was a little off. Um, Yeah, the seminar pronunciation was a little off, so I was charged in the pronunciation section, sorry. So a 64 is an average score, but well, it's better than nothing. Let's do this one last time. No, let's try another one.
I haven't done a lot of work in this area.
I haven't done a lot of work. Okay, so it was quite easy, I guess. I haven't done a lot of work. So I haven't done a I haven't done a lot of work. Okay, 78, it's a great score. If I spoke the entire sentence, I would have definitely gotten a 90 out of 90. Nevertheless, this is for those of you who are struggling to memorize the entire sentence, so I hope this helps. Now let's look at some of the prediction questions in repeat sentence. So let's highlight some of the important words. If you show your student card, you will get a discount. Guys, do mind, do not put in any S's at the end of the sentences that do not have any S's, because if you say a discount uh, if you say discounts instead of discount, you would definitely not be um, considered to have spoken the right word. Um, Similarly, let's look at the other sentence. The bus for London will leave 10 minutes later than planned. The ed sound at the end must be heard. If you just say the bus for London will leave 10 minutes later than plan, then this will not be counted and you'll be charged in your content, and at the same time you might also be charged in your fluency if any of the middle words or phrases miss some of the eds or s's. Digital scans of archived materials are provided for a small fee. So instead of the entire sentence, you can simply say digital scans are provided for a small fee. You'll get a good score. You'll get at least a 75. Similarly, the campus library will be closed during the winter break. The campus library will be closed. You can just say this much. After considering all the options, she decided to take the risk. After considering, she decided to risk. You can just say that. The literal output of this research is prolific and diverse. The literal output of this research. Just end it there. If you are confused about the following words or anything like that. But well, if you need a 90 out of 90, you definitely have to speak the entire content out. But I don't think that is a requirement for a lot of us, and we just want to get our desired score band. So, speaking, 50% of the words should be enough to get you at least 65 plus. So knowledge plays a vital role in young generations. So knowledge plays vital role. That should be enough. At the time, people moved from towns to villages. At that time, people moved to villages. He is particularly interested in 18th century French society. He is interested in 18th century. That should be enough. Renewable energy sources are now used to produce electricity. Energy sources are used to produce electricity. You should make some prior guesses as well. So, anyways, do go through all of these questions, guys. And if you have any comments or if you need any help, do leave a comment down in the comment section. I would definitely um, love to help you out and give you some tips and tricks and suggestions uh, whenever I can. I would reply as soon as I see your comments. So, one last time, guys, for the repeat sentence question type, speak only after the recording starts. Remember, uh, first few words or the last few words or the middle few words that you can pronounce well. You do not need to repeat the entire sentence. At the same time, the main key or the main thing that you should focus on in the repeat sentence question type is fluency. So, for example, if you remember only these few words, you'll have to say it something like, this will exhibition to be held. This will be first exhibition to be held, or something like this. Yeah. It would be easier if you made sense full sentence and not a senseless one. Um, Many experts think that the world climate is changing. Many experts think climate is changing. Or even if you cannot remember all that, you can simply speak many experts think. Yeah, that's all. The temporary library will be closed during the winter break. The library will be closed. You can say something like that, right? Okay. So do practice these questions, guys. And I guess that is all for today's test. And best of luck with your PTE practice. Thank you.